Life doesn't always warn us before it gets hard. Sometimes, everything collapses at the same time. Your peace, your plans, your strength, even your faith. But it is in these confusing moments that God often writes His most beautiful miracles. Today's story is about Grace, a young woman who discovered that even in silence, God is speaking, shaping, and preparing wonders we cannot yet see. Grace had always been the strong one in her family. She believed if she worked hard and prayed regularly, life would stay stable. But one year seemed determined to break her. Within 3 months, her mother fell seriously ill. Her workplace downsized and she was laid off. Her rent increased, and her small savings disappeared on medical bills. Every evening, Grace sat outside her house with her head in her hands, whispering, "God, are you still with me? Because I feel alone." But heaven felt silent. And sometimes silence is the hardest answer. Grace kept applying for jobs. Every day, she traveled across the city, printed out CVs, knocked on office doors, and waited in long lines. But the same responses repeated. "We'll get back to you. We're not hiring. We'll keep your file." She stopped telling her mother about her rejections because she didn't want to add to her worries. One night, she cried so much she fell asleep with her Bible open on her lap, looking at words she could not seem to feel. She wondered, why does God allow some seasons to be this hard? The next morning, Grace set out early for another job search. She prayed softly, "God, please, just give me one sign today." But when she reached the bus stop, she watched the last bus leave. Right in front of her, she was exhausted. She was late, and she felt defeated. She sat on a bench, fighting tears, thinking how unfair life felt. While Grace sat waiting under the sun, an elderly woman walked up to her, slow, calm, and gentle. "You look troubled, my child," the woman said. "Can I pray for you?" Grace hesitated. She didn't know her. She didn't feel like talking. But something in the woman's eyes felt peaceful, like she carried God's presence with her. Grace quietly nodded. The old woman placed a hand on her shoulder and whispered, "Father, remind your daughter that you have not forgotten her. Open a door she didn't even knock on. Give her the strength to keep walking, and let her know that this season is not the end." Grace felt a warmth in her chest, something she hadn't felt in months. Before she could say, "Thank you," the woman smiled and walked away. Grace turned to look for her, but she had already disappeared into the crowd. Grace whispered, "God, was that you speaking to me?" That afternoon, while she was home resting, her phone rang. An unknown number. "Hello, is this Grace?" "Yes. This is from the company you applied to some months ago. Are you still available? We'd like to interview you tomorrow." Grace froze. That application was one she had forgotten. One she never expected anything from. One she had given up on. Yet God had not. She attended the interview the next day. She felt strangely calm, like God was guiding every answer. Within an hour after leaving, she received another call. "Congratulations, Grace. You got the job." Not only was the salary higher than her previous job, the position was remote, and came with full health benefits that covered her mother's treatment. Grace sat on the floor of her living room and cried, not from pain this time, but from overwhelming gratitude. In that moment she realized, while she was doubting, God was arranging. While she was worrying, God was preparing. While she was crying, God was working. Grace understood her season differently now. Missing the bus wasn't a disaster. It was divine timing. Meeting the old woman wasn't an accident. It was a message from heaven. The job offer wasn't luck. It was a door God had opened long before she even prayed. She finally learned. God's silence is not absence. His delays are not denials. And His timing is always perfect. When life feels heavy and your prayers seem unanswered, remember, God is not ignoring you. He is shaping the right blessing in the right place at the right time. Sometimes the miracle is already on the way. You just haven't reached it yet. Isaiah 41 verse 10. Fear not, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Your life may feel confusing right now. You may be in a silent season. But like grace, your story isn't over. God is writing something beautiful. Keep trusting. Keep praying. Keep walking. Because when God interrupts your plans, it's usually because His plan is far greater. If this story reminded you of God's love, His timing, and the miracles He quietly works in our lives, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Spiritual Moral Stories. By subscribing, you'll join a community that discovers hope, faith, and life-changing lessons in every story. Because sometimes, the right story at the right time can change everything.